Hey everybody, and welcome to the Holotapes Weekly Podcast. I'm your host Jordan M, and if you don't know who we are a podcast dedicated to talking about Fallout, and Fallout. If you don't know what Fallout is, I suggest you go and play the Fallout games. Also, how did you find this podcast? So, welcome everybody. I'm joined today by my co-host Jordan B.
Hello.
Also, our guests Monte.
Hello. Nice to be back.
Caedo.
Hi.
And Simon.
Hi.
Hey everybody, how are we doing?
Peachy.
Peachy.
Great,
mate.
I'm great.
Oh, Jesus. I don't have an Australian accent.
That was a good long haul.
So, well, first off, I'm going to talk about our weekly dollar. So for this week's weekly dollar, if you don't know what the weekly dollar is, we suggest a charitable cause. You go and find a charity that you think is doing the best work within that charitable cause. Give $1 or spread the word. And, you know, if you decide that you do want to give some money, then tweet at us at Holotapes Weekly with your name, the amount that you gave, and the name of the charity, and we will happily give you a huge shout out and tell you how awesome you are, because anybody who gives a charity is a hero in my book. So there you go. So this week's weekly dollar is going to be just completely blanked. Let's go with skin cancer.
Oh yeah, it's getting warm out. Wear sunscreen, please.
Please.
Wear sunscreen. What was the old Australian saying? Slip, slap, slop. Slip on a shirt, slap on a hat, slop on some sunscreen. So
I've never heard that, so.
that was back when that ozone hole was right above Australia, and they had huge numbers of skin cancer happening back in the 80s, something like that. But anyways, so remember that, and you know, just do what you can, and then find a good charity to give to, or at least spread the word about, and just, you know, make sure that you're helping out as much as you can, and give back to your fellow man. I mean, that's all we really ask. And so, other than that, today is a special day, and the reason that Monty's here, because all he likes to talk about is the topic that we're talking about today, which is Fallout 4. It is episode 24.
Well, I also like to talk about dogs.
Shut up.
Well, we're not here to talk about dogs.
Well, we could.
Anyways.
You're right.
Anyways, we're here to talk about Fallout 4 because on all episodes that end in a 4, we talk about the wonderful game that will be coming out eventually, Fallout 4. And it's actually pretty exciting because this will be the last time that we do it before hopefully we have an announcement at E3.
Well, when this episode airs, it'll only be like 10 or 11 days until the conference.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
This episode airs, let's see, on Wednesday, June 3rd. So yeah, we're not too far out.
Yep, 11.
So that'll be it. But as always, we love to do our Fallout 4 podcast because everybody enjoys them. Everybody loves speculating and all that good stuff. So is everybody ready for some fan questions who sent in specifically questions about Fallout 4?
Bring it on.
Yay!
All right. Kitenusa on YouTube. I listen while I'm at work. Thanks for helping the workday go by faster. You're welcome. And then her question is, Fallout 4, if Fallout 4 is confirmed, do you guys think there will be a collection edition? There will be a collector's edition like the last two? If so, what sort of stuff would you want in it?
I mean, I fucking hope so. I'll buy the shit out of it.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna buy the collector's edition too, if there is one, and I think there will be. I mean, there pretty much is for like every major game today.
I mean, Fallout 3, I think, had like a Pip-Boy clock. Like,
Pip-Boy
I wouldn't mind getting one of those.
I want a Bobble Herald.
A Bobble Herald.
Bobble Herald.
Original Herald?
Holy shit, that's a good name, Bobble Herald.
So original Herald or full-on Tree Herald?
Either one.
How would you make the Tree Herald bobble?
Oh, I'm sure there's a
It
way.
would wave its branches like a Groot kind of thing going on.
You can water it, and it grows.
A Chia Herald. How about that?
Oh my god.
I completely forgot that those things existed.
I'm not buying
you
so
get
much as a Kia Herald.
You just get like a statue of Harold, and instead of having the top of his head, he has dirt that you could put a seed in and plant something.
That might work. Yeah, I think it'd be weird for them not to have a collector's edition, personally. I mean, I don't know of any game that doesn't have an extended edition or an X edition or a premium edition these days, especially when it's a AAA release.
Yeah, I mean, Fallout 4 is going to be like a cash cow, so they're definitely going to want to like milk as much money as they can out of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But I think that all of us here will definitely be buying some copies. Holotapes Weekly. Depending on when it comes out, we will probably be doing some giveaways of some of the collector's editions. Maybe, Jordan? What do you
Maybe.
think? Yeah.
Maybe.
It really comes down to when it's released, at what time, and if I'm not broke at that time.
Right.
Just keep them for yourselves.
I mean, I could.
And the winner is both Jordans.
So we'll definitely be buying a few, and it'll be a lot of fun. And hopefully within it, obviously we're gonna get a season pass for all the DLC. I'm hoping for maybe a T-shirt. Here's the thing. I hope they don't do exclusive content.
Yeah, no, that shit got. I fucking hate exclusive content. I mean, I don't mind like a skin or something, but even like exclusive weapons, that just bugs me.
Yeah.
Well, do you mean like the time DLC shit with like that they did with Microsoft?
Sort of. I was talking more like things that are only exclusive to like the collector's edition. Like if they only if there was a weapon that you could only get in game if you had the collector's edition, things like that.
Yeah, I don't think they'll do
Like
that.
what they do with The Sims?
Yeah, sort of. I think that the company that I think did that best was probably the guys that made Sunset Overdrive. If any of you listeners have played that, and they did exclusives, but they were only like costumes or differently skinned weapons. Like it was nothing special. And I think that's the way to do it, is like just give it a special skin or something.
And then there's CD Projekt Red, which has promised 16 small DLCs for The Witcher 3 to be released, like weapons, armor, and a couple of missions too.
Yeah, Bethesda could definitely take a couple things from CD Projekt.
Yeah, the CD Projekt
Witcher
is pretty amazing, actually.
Here's the thing, though, is I don't know that Fallout is really conducive to a lot of those small DLCs.
Yeah, I mean, with New Vegas, they did the courier stash and the gun runner thing, so...
I guess that would be okay.
But like,
those were timed
how could you
exclusives, too.
use those?
Yeah, but the courier stash was timed exclusive, too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but didn't it come with didn't it eventually come?
it eventually came as
it eventually
DLC
came
on
with the season pass, yeah.
Yeah.
But originally,
that's-
originally you could only get it by buying it at certain stores, and you would only get one of the packs that was within it, not all of them.
Yeah, the certain stores thing is even worse, because like
Yeah.
there's some of it you just can't get if you're not in America, and then you'd have to, like, if you want it all, you'll have to like pre-order it at all the stores, which just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just frustrating.
See, here's the thing. I don't mind so much that if they only put things in the U.S. I mean, that makes sense to me from a business standpoint, because the U.S. is the largest part of their market. That's not to say that I don't think that everybody should be able to get it, but some companies just it's like they only want to put it in the U.S. because that's the only time that's worth it. Sometimes there's not enough customers in other areas of the world to make money from it.
Actually, I think they've done it for like Amazon too, like Amazon in the UK and in Germany, or something close to that, I think.
Yeah, something like that. It's either here or Austria.
Anyways, I'd like to see like a statue of like the protagonist or the antagonist to come with the collector's edition.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, but I already got like two. I got Skyrim's Alduin on a word wall, and The Witcher 3's Geralt about to kill a griffin.
Yeah. Fallout 3 did that with you could get a statue of Brotherhood of Steel member.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do not have that. I wish I did.
Oh, I'm sure they're expensive. I'm sure you could get them. They're probably expensive now, but
Yeah. I'm broke. I'm poor.
That'd be cool with a Fall Boy figurine too.
They
yeah,
also have
that'd be
the
cool.
life-size figures.
the life-size figures, yeah, but those are like hundreds of thousands of dollars, I'm sure,
Oh,
or at
not
least
that
thousands
much,
of
holy
dollars,
shit.
probably thousands of dollars.
I think they only gave them to like the stores and shit.
Yeah. Next question. Cam Doug on YouTube. I got a question. If you could have any character come back from 3, who would it be, even companions, etc.? I know what Caedo's answer is going to be.
$3.
No, Caedo's answer is going to be Harold.
No, wait. Come
how-
back
how-
from 3 for Fallout 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, besides Harold, there's really nobody I would want to come back.
Are you serious?
I wouldn't care enough.
You don't care about Three Dog?
No.
Blasphemy.
I don't really give a shit about Three Dog either. I'll be honest.
I think Three Dog's good where he is.
Three Dog is a
He's
fucking
useful as a radio personality, but I wouldn't want him specifically out of just like a whole story of characters to come back.
Like, it'd be cool if they, like, made a reference to him, but, like, not...
I mean, he doesn't have to come back as a person, per se, but Galaxy News Radio needs to expand its reach.
Does Liberty Prime count as a character?
I guess so.
Because seriously, the things he say, that the better read than dead, they're...
Communist threat detective.
Yeah, I mean, he's got dialogue, he has stats.
Yes,
I would call him a character.
because
Best
I
character.
just like a mini version of Liberty Prime would be amazing, just spouting that American propaganda.
I'd like to see one painted as a transformer, but you know, whatever.
Liberty Prime is super awesome. That didn't
Liberty
really work.
Prime, more than meets the eye.
That didn't really work. I think that for me, I would love to see Fox come back.
Oh yeah, folks.
I would love to see him just wandering wherever Fallout 4 is, maybe trying to teach other super mutants to be peaceful and intelligent. And I have a feeling that Fox is, if we do see him in another game, he's going to end up like the Doctor from the Underworld, where he's just trying to learn as much about his species as he possibly can. So Fox will just be a researcher on super mutants, and he'll just like help other super mutants move on. He'll be like, hopefully, maybe even if Doc Henry's still alive, eventually they'll both meet up, and they'll be able to help cure some of these super mutants of some of the more terrible conditions that super mutants are afflicted by.
Yeah, I
Second
kind of don't
generation
want to see
variety.
super mutants though.
Yeah. Jordan, what about you?
I don't really think anyone from 3 should come back. Like, I can't justify them being in a completely different area.
No, we need a mini Liberty Prime, because seriously, his quotes are amazing. Death is a preferable
Alternative.
Death is a preferable. Fuck it, screw it. God damn it.
Listen here,
Death
death is a
preferable
professional.
alternative to communism. I did it.
I'm gonna take that sound clip. I'm gonna make it myself. I'm gonna make it
Oh,
my
shit.
radar myself.
Oh my god, that was gold.
I think this question is. I think going back to the actual question, I think this question is very dependent on where the next game takes place.
Yeah. Well, if it's set in Boston, then we'll definitely see a few.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
Yeah,
Three
that'd be
Dog,
great.
in my opinion.
Like it could actually make sense for three dog, Jesus, to show up somewhere else. Since after you've broken steel and you've gotten the purifier working.
Yeah. Well, I think how it goes is that Three Dog follows the Brotherhood, and if the Brotherhood moved up to say Boston, then Three Dog would probably follow them.
Yeah. Well, he's effectively a Brotherhood of Steel member without being a Brotherhood of Steel member.
Yeah.
He's a propaganda minister, is what he is.
Yeah, but my thought process would be that that after the events of 3, he would decide that the good fight has been fought in DC, and then move on to somewhere else and start his radio program there.
Because the good fight never ends.
Exactly.
You know who actually, logically, will show up if the next game is in Boston?
Dr. Lee.
Dr. Lee. That's the only one. I can't justify 3 Dog. He's gonna stay where he
Fuck her.
is.
Well,
But I don't like Dr.
Who
Lee.
cares
She
about Dr.
literally-
Lee?
she literally says that she's going to Boston.
I'm going to the Commonwealth. That's what she says.
Yeah,
I mean, to me, that was such an obvious hint that Fallout 4 would be in Boston. It's like, why would they even include that otherwise?
For funds.
No.
fancies.
Next question. Sebastian M. Weaver at Sebastian Pangasu on Twitter. I hope I said that right. At Holotapes Weekly, do you see character customization a lot more vast in the next Fallout installment?
Probably.
Yeah. Hopefully.
I mean, that's the way games are, like, headed, is more customization, but...
Do we get 20 more beards? No, 200.
200 more beards,
Please
400
more female hair. Why can I not speak?
Female
today?
beards?
Yeah, that's what I said, didn't I?
Can we get beards for women too this time around?
That'd be cool.
I would love to make a character with giant breasts and also the most manly Viking beard of all time.
What was it, Saints Row?
Yes. I think that one of the things that people most want out of Fallout is not to have 3 voice actors for every person.
Yeah. Well, Skyrim did a little better job with that, so hopefully they'll keep improving. They definitely have the resources, so.
Yeah, and I think the other issue with that, that a lot of people had with Fallout 3, especially, I think it was a little bit less in New Vegas, but more in Fallout 3, was that everybody had the same face.
Yeah.
They were all very, very similar.
If there's one thing they definitely have to overhaul from 3 in New Vegas, it's the facial animation.
Yeah, but it was still the Oblivion engine they used.
The original old school Gamebryo engine, right?
Yeah, just like improved a little bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's not much facial expression in that.
I mean, Skyrim was a little better with that, but compared to games today like The Witcher and shit, it's not even close.
Well, I mean, comparatively, Skyrim was light years ahead of where Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 were, because Skyrim wasn't just the Gamebryo engine, it was a highly modified version of the Gamebryo engine. And do we know what physics program Skyrim uses? Was it still Havoc?
Pretty sure.
I think so.
So I think that that's another thing that they definitely need to overhaul, and I think that would help a lot with just some of the movements and things like that of humans. So
yeah, actually, like walking on the ground.
They look like they like shit their pants all the time.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Smooth.
And
I'm pretty sure they haven't done at least for Skyrim, Oblivion, and Fallout. Like I'm pretty sure they haven't done any mocap yet, which would help a lot.
Just like motion capture for the faces would be great.
Yeah, I think that's resource intensive, and I guess it really just depends on how optimized the game is. And again, I mean, Bethesda's really been pushing that Fallout and the Elder Scrolls are very much on consoles now, as well as on computers. And so I think that they're really going to have to optimize for both. And so when it comes down to that, we're going to be limited a little bit because of consoles. If it was only on PC, they could ramp it up to next level graphics and everything. But because they have to keep up with what the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox.
Oh no, I'm just talking about animation in general.
I know. I'm just saying, like, animation in general is pretty resource intensive, and the Xbox One and the PS4 do not have the same kind of capabilities that PCs do.
Okay. Are animations really? I don't think they are they?
Animations, draw distance, and the items moving around on screen. I mean, on the PC you could have 15,000 different items all moving independently of each other. On the Xbox One and PS3 or PS4, your device would explode.
Yeah. I mean, even though it was downgraded, The Witcher 3 still does a great job of character animation and stuff like that. So the bar's been set pretty high.
Yeah. Well, I think that the other thing with Witcher, and a lot of people are saying that The Witcher is going to be this year's big RPG, and I guess we'll really see if Bethesda can compete with it.
Oh well, Fallout 4's release, it'll be bigger. It'll be bigger than it, like as far as hype goes. But
it'll probably have a bigger release. That doesn't mean it's going to be a better game.
Whether it's going to be a better game, it's going to be very tough for Bethesda to top what a CD Projekt did. But I think they probably can.
Yeah. All right. Next question, Jacob at ChaosXSham. Do you prefer Fallout 3 aiming or New Vegas aiming with iron sights?
New Vegas aiming.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a pretty easy question.
Why?
What?
I hate 3's aiming.
Yeah,
I think that we're all just cracking up about this because I feel like everybody knows the answer to this, and it's just that Fallout 3, you weren't even aiming down the gun; you were just like kind of zoomed in a little bit.
Oh,
it was like your character was squinting. It was like, hey, let me squint it.
Yeah, it's trying to like shoot a gun while you have fucking arthritis.
Yeah. Hopefully the iron sights will actually be corrected on Fallout 4, and not like in New Vegas where some of the guns were like it was totally off.
Still better than 3 though. So.
Yeah.
Can't get much worse than 3's.
I don't like Mass Effect's over awkward third-person shooting.
Oh, the over-the-shoulder kind of thing?
Yeah.
Actually,
Go ahead.
When it isn't third person and then you obviously don't aim down sights, I actually don't think it's that bad. I think it's better to have it in third person and then zoom like you do in 3 than it is to be in first person and zoom like you did in 3, because that's when you see it through the character's eyes, and that gets me frustrated that even though he in third person lifts it up to his eye, you don't see it through his eye. And that's annoying.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah. I mean, I also hope they fix the third person a lot too, so you can actually use it.
Hopefully. I would also love to see just a huge overhaul on the character that you control, the PC character's movements. PC character, I said player character. Everybody knew what I meant. So
Okay.
hopefully we'll see a lot about that. Next question, Christopher Carter at TheSarge1984 on Twitter. What will you and your other tubers talk about when Fallout 4 does happen?
Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah, Fallout 4, maybe, I don't know.
And then Fallout 5.
Kingdom
Outer
Hearts
Scrolls
3,
6.
who knows
Metal Gear
where
Solid
we'll
5.
be.
Metal Gear Solid.
Who knows where we'll be in 2020?
I think that we'll be talking about Fallout 4 for a while.
Yes.
And I
I
think
mean,
that-
after it comes out, we'll start talking about actual parts of it.
The DLC.
Yeah, like first impressions and
And probably Wasteland 2 as well, depending on how much attention it gets.
Man, Fallout 3 was so much better. God.
Shut up, Monte.
You know people are going to be saying that.
Yeah, I know. I think that, Caedo, you're planning on doing Wasteland 2 guides coming up here.
Yes, I have spent far too many hours getting something together.
So, hopefully you'll have a few months before Fallout 4 comes out, so you'll have time to clear your schedule for that. Because I know.
Oh
that
yeah, that's
you're
what I plan. Like I'm gonna be doing the Wasteland 2 guides, but I'm also gonna be probably doing a Let's Play series on something.
Ooh, that could be fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, I haven't decided what yet, but it may be like a Choose Your Wasteland spin-off type thing without too many complex rules.
That'd be pretty cool. I know that Jordan and I have talked about doing some quest guides, maybe.
Yep.
Or maybe just walkthroughs of different quests, or maybe not walkthroughs, but playthroughs of different quests, just for fun once it rolls around. And I think that after that, we'll be looking forward to the next Elder Scrolls game, and we'll talk about that.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
We have to get.
I physically won't be able to wait for another Bethesda game. I will just shrivel up and die.
Yeah.
The waits are too long. They're too
That's
tough.
why it's good to have interest in other stuff too.
it never ends for Bethesda.
Here's the thing: Monty doesn't have an attention span for anything other than
Nope.
Bethesda.
I mean, Bethesda's always that thing in the back of your mind when you're doing other stuff. You're like, oh shit, still 15 more days left.
Here's the thing: Bethesda is Monty's girl that got away.
Yeah, basically. I'm still searching for her.
But if we do after we're done talking about Fallout 4 and that starts to die down, it really just depends on if Jordan B ever gets around to playing Skyrim.
Ugh.
Wait, what? You haven't played Skyrim?
No, okay, I have played Skyrim. It's not that I have not. It's that I don't enjoy playing Skyrim. Like, there's just something about it. It's so tedious and boring to me.
Witchcraft, burner at the stake.
So is that general for the Elder Scrolls or just Skyrim?
It's in general for I played a bit of Morrowind, but I'm not not a fan. I don't know.
It's
That's
weird.
okay.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, everybody has their own preferences. It's weird to me that, speaking of Morrowind, that Morrowind is still considered one of Bethesda's best games.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind
because
of
like
now.
I mean,
There's
Go ahead.
I think a large part of that is basically just nostalgia.
Yeah.
I don't think so, because there's a huge part of the internet that still believes that Morrowind was a better game than Skyrim, just in general, like nostalgia aside.
Well, maybe story-wise, possibly, but as far as game mechanics go, it's not a fair comparison.
I guess that what it really comes down to is when you're comparing games based on mechanics, and it's whether you like simplified or complex.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but actually, I've heard and read some people's comments about when people have said that Morrowind had much more complex features, that those features were pretty much they were very easy to like get around. Like the faction system was pretty easy to cheat your way through. Like when you pissed off one faction, it was pretty easy to, even though you shouldn't be able to, it's pretty easy to just like get in their good graces again.
Yeah. Well, I think that's something that a lot of people are looking forward to with Fallout 4 is that between Oblivion and Skyrim, a lot of people saw a huge simplification and a lot of people would say betterment of the skill systems in that game. And I think that that's what we're all sort of looking forward to in Fallout 4 is, here's the thing. The more simplified, obviously you don't want a game to be too simple. But if you can get it simple enough that more people play your game, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it would be a little trickier to really simplify Fallout 4 due to the fact that, like the skill system, the special, and all sorts of that stuff have been around for a very long time, and if they wanted to really change that.
Yeah.
There's one thing mechanically that I saw a whole lot of gripes over, and that's just comparing older Bethesda games to newer, and that's NPC permadeath. The important ones cannot die anymore.
Yeah, that is sort of frustrating.
And that's hand-holding that bothers me.
Except that sometimes sometimes escort missions can also be extremely frustrating when the AI fucks up and you have to restart it over and over again because they get themselves killed, or just if in Skyrim if an important character was walking outside and a dragon came down and the character just decides to start wailing on the dragon with their little dagger, that character would obviously pretty fast.
Yeah, that was their solution before actually, programming characters to actually, stay indoors when a dragon attacks.
Yeah.
Or not run into a group of bandits to get killed. This is the workaround.
Yeah, I think, Caedo, I think that you'll probably be in agreement with me on this, is that they did a much better job in Fallout New Vegas of basically allowing you to finish the game no matter how many people you had killed.
Right.
Because, basically in New Vegas they did a really good job of saying everybody is allowed to die except for Yes Man. He's the only one who cannot die.
Pretty much. It's still based on your progress, but at least there's the option there.
Yeah. I think that we may be seeing a fallback on that, is that hopefully we'll see more permadeath within the game.
What I'm mainly talking about is just consequences, just having your average run-of-the-mill consequences for screwing up or doing something messed up on purpose.
Yeah.
What if I shot this NPC that's the main of my quest line?
Yeah. All right.
That can still exist.
All right. Well, let's move on. Next question. James Case at Al Case on Twitter. What one thing would you like to be in Fallout 4? Just your number one desire. Let's go in order. So let's go Caedo first.
Metal Gear.
You want? All right.
Serious tank.
All right. Serious answers only.
God damn it.
That totally ruins mine.
Is there lasers?
There's always lasers.
Come back to me.
Simon?
Oh, tough question. Could you come back to me?
Jordan.
A Thieves Guild and Skeleton Key.
Monte.
That was a serious one.
Well, I guess surprisingly I'll be taking the serious route, I guess. Wow, that's pretty surprising.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I just hope there's more, detailed side quests, really. Just more big open side quests, kind of like with The Witcher and stuff.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
All right, so
See,
Jordan,
that's how you're supposed to do it, guys.
So Jordan, your answer was serious. You're hoping that there's a skeleton key, so like an unbreakable lockpick.
Yes. And a Thieves Guild type thing. Maybe not of all of the things that I hate about Skyrim, the Thieves Guild is acceptable.
So basically, you just want more uses for stealth.
Yeah, cause less of the game making me feel like a dick about it. At least give me a reason, cause I can justify it in Skyrim, but I can't justify breaking into people's houses in Fallout.
Yeah, I also think better, more moral greatness would be one of my top things. Being able to join whoever.
Yeah.
And not being pigeonholed into the good guy.
Yeah, actually, kind of removing the karma system and then having to draw your own conclusion on what is good and what's bad. That would actually be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be. I think my personal one that I really want to see is I just want to see a rebuilding of the reputation system. I really like the reputation system, and I think that that's a real preferable alternative to the karma system in general. I just like the idea that certain actions were going to get me more favor with certain people.
Yeah.
So
Well, I think the karma system either needs to be, completely overhauled or just taken out because it's just, it's stupid.
Well, I think I like the karma system in the fact that, okay, here's the thing. I want the karma system to be more like what karma should be. So it should be where if I kill a random innocent person, yeah, you're a terrible person. If I kill, a guard, that shouldn't take away from my karma, though.
Yeah, like if you steal from like bad people, that shouldn't take away from your karma.
Well, again, if you say bad, then you're talking about karma in general. But it should be if I steal from someone,
yeah, true.
if I steal from someone who's from a specific faction, it shouldn't be against my karma. If I steal from some random wastelander, it should absolutely be against my karma.
And like I want it to also have consequences. Like in Fallout 3 New Vegas, like your karma doesn't really play a big factor except getting like certain companions to join you.
Yeah.
I'd like for it to have like a bigger consequence.
All right, well, let's come back to Caedo.
Okay, I want a tweaked and extra realistic hardcore system.
Ooh, yeah.
That'd be good.
I want it to remove a certain amount of food items, say 60-70% of all food items on the map, and your character must actually sleep instead of being awake for like 34 hours at a time and getting tired.
So basically you want to play Sierra Madre for the whole game.
Kind of, yeah. Sierra Madre can be taken advantage of too, though.
Yeah.
Once you can make slugs, like you can just pop them in there and get as many stim packs as you want. So.
I think I ended up with like 386 on accident the last time I played through. So.
It's
I think
balanced, guys. Shh. It's balanced.
I think that if we have a hardcore system, I hope that there's a slider for that. So at the top, it would be something like what you're talking about, 60-70% of food removed. You have health, water, or hunger, thirst, and sleep meters, and you also have something like you can catch diseases and things like that. I think that would be really good. And then hopefully on the lower end of that, it was just like, oh, here's a hunger, sleep, and a thirst bar, and that's it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Simon, what are you gonna say?
Now that you're talking about sliders, that reminded me, I really, really want to be able to customize the UI in some way, like drag it around the screen, and like make it bigger and make it smaller to my liking.
That would be interesting. I think that would probably be a PC-only feature, because I think that that's where it would work best. But it would be pretty cool to see in the PC versions for console players like myself.
That's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
For console players.
They might. Yeah. So I see where you're coming from though. That would be pretty cool. Like if I wanted to move my compass up top instead of on the bottom or things like that.
Yeah, because they always seem to put them. They always make them the UI pretty big and always tend to put them like a bit too far into the screen.
I see what you're saying.
Which really bugged me. I like to have them as far out and down or up as possible.
You want it out of the way. That's what you're saying.
Yes, I really want it out of the way.
Yeah, I also hope it's kind of more sleeker, kind of like the Dornified UI mod.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. Hopefully they'll have a better system for organizing the inventory as well with the UI.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go through 14 pages to find one item.
So it would be Fall UI instead of Sky UI.
Yeah.
Love Sky UI so much.
And then our last fan question for today from Open Minded Productions at OpenMindedMN on Twitter. Hey, Open Minded, what's up, guys? Waiting for your next music video. Caedo, get on it. Who do you think will be the main enemy in the next installment?
Hey, man.
Me.
You're going to be the main enemy in the next installment?
Yes.
Yes.
That's just gonna be a very
With laser chainsaw and everything.
little Jewish girl. That's the next enemy.
A laser chainsaw toting Jewish girl walking around.
Zombie.
It'll be interesting. It's going to be fun. I'm really excited about the royalties. So.
Yeah, I bet so.
Oh, which, by the way, Bethesda, hit me and Jordan up if you want us to do some voice acting. I know that our voices are amazing. I know it sounds like we should be worth like millions of dollars every hour that we have to record, but honestly, we'll do it for free.
I bet you
Speak
would.
for yourself. Oh my goodness.
Excellent promoting.
I think that my guess is I have no idea who's going to be the next enemy. Again, it comes down to where the next game takes place.
Yeah, well, I'm fairly convinced that Fallout 4 will be in Boston, so I'm betting that it will be the Institute and its scientists or whatever, and you gotta free the android slaves. That's just my guess.
Android slaves.
Yeah, or help them, whatever.
I kind of want to see something like completely new, something that we can't even guess our way to because there hasn't even been like a hint of it yet.
Intelligent death claws.
No, there's been hints of that.
Shout out to Draco.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to
They also
Draco.
said they were extinct, which sucks.
But Bethesda doesn't care about that.
Yeah.
They could just say that there was some hidden in a vault somewhere.
Oh,
There was
magical
an
death
entire
claws. All right.
vault
One
of-
man, 10 death claws.
Or maybe the Institute created intelligent death claws again.
Yeah.
Who
Like
knows?
Jurassic
Anything
Park.
can happen. It's Fallout 4.
A
giant Mirelurk.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
50 feet tall. Claws weighing over 100 pounds.
Myerzilla! I mean, as long as it doesn't attack Japan, I think we're going to be okay.
Robo Scorpions already, so.
Oh man, that giant Robo-Scorpion was probably one of the most fun battles.
Yeah, I know, right?
It was so easy because I just kind of did like a glitch where I just kind of went upstairs and just kind of took pot shots, I guess. It's not really a glitch.
One of the few boss fights that actually have some dynamics to it.
Yeah. And you can run around activating different things, and if you have high enough science, you can. And I mean, it's kind of stupid that you can have a high enough science and just get it to self-destruct, but still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's all our questions for today, guys. So I want to ask something. Are you ready?
Yes.
No.
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 Okay.
Maybe.
I'll give you guys 5 milliseconds to get ready.
Go.
Go now. Are you ready now? How about now?
Sure. Oh my goodness, Jordan, you sound like a child. Are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there
Are we
yet?
there yet? Are we there yet? No, but seriously. Okay, so if it comes to Fallout coming out and it's not in Boston, right?
Yes.
So if it wasn't in Boston, what would be your guess as to where it is based on clues from New Vegas and 3?
Oh, I actually have a really good one, but it's not what you think I'm going to say. So how amazing is that?
Okay.
So, President Eden makes a reference to the fact that he's from the I don't know, like he's from the land of Lincoln or whatever.
The Heartlands,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to guess that he's from that. Oh, like that's where it will be. It'll be talking about that.
Well, I think
Damn.
that the reason that John Henry Eden says stuff like that is because
It's because that's where Lincoln is from. He's trying to make himself look cool.
well, it's because that's where a lot of presidents are from, and that's where
Yeah.
a lot of presidents say that they're from.
Yeah.
And it's
That's
supposed
where an abnormal amount of astronauts are from.
Ohio.
Back of the day, yeah. Like the majority of astronauts are from Ohio.
It's
So I
'cause
guess
they're-
if you
they're-
lived in Ohio, you'd want to go to space too, though. So I guess
Wait, how do you know that?
it's just a fact.
it's
It is?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a pretty commonly known fact. Most U.S. astronauts are from Ohio.
Oh, is it? Oh, wait. Oh, never mind.
Well, I should say, okay, not U.S. astronauts, but world astronauts in general, because most of the astronauts in the world come from the U.S. to start with. America.
Monty's fact checking.
No, I was looking something else up. Oh, yeah. 'Cause I was going to say, is that why the Ohio State coin has an astronaut on the back?
Yes.
Yeah, wow.
Yes.
Never put the pieces together before.
So continuing, what about you, Caedo? What do you think?
Are we talking about like, oh man, the locations discussed in New Vegas and 3?
Just based on context clues from New Vegas and 3, where do you think that the next game will be taking place?
I don't know. I think Utah would be cool.
Utah would be cool. Lots of Mormons, and we've already seen part of it because we saw Zion National Park.
Yeah, maybe Arizona.
You know, do you think that Bethesda would really do that since they seem to be trying not to focus on NCR-controlled territory?
Texas would be cool.
That's why we have Fallout Lone Star.
Yeah, Fallout Lone Star.
Fallout Lone Star is not canon.
but we can pretend it is.
Quit bringing it up on my show. Love you guys. If you guys are, if the
It's a good mod.
It is a good mod.
I guess he's not coming on the show then.
No.
No. It's just not canon.
Ever.
Kind of like Tactics.
No, we'll probably have them on once Fallout Lone Star is done and released. Maybe.
If they want to come on.
Yeah. Also, a lot of people have been saying we need Alchest Breach on. So we'll see.
We'll see. Keep suggesting people. And keep talking to us, because we were really excited.
Yeah, we love talking to people. Simon, what's your answer?
I'm not really sure where it would be, but I'm guessing it would be somewhere on the East Coast, because that's where Bethesda have said that they want to focus on, and that was also one of the conditions for Obsidian to make New Vegas. That was if they did it or made the game on the West Coast, so they could have the East Coast for themselves.
That makes sense.
So I'm like 90% sure it's going to be somewhere on the East Coast, because it's uncharted territory.
Yeah.
For them,
What I
so
was
they
thinking.
Yeah. I
they
think
can make their own Fallout there.
Yeah. I'm gonna agree with you. I think it's gonna be on the East Coast. I think that if it is on the East Coast, one of the places that is mentioned is Broken Banks, which is implied to be south of DC on the coast. It's supposed to be some sort of port town, and it's mentioned by what's his name? Tobias, the boatman, or what was his name?
Yeah, Tobias.
Well, that can be assumed to be like the Outer Banks then, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, well, he mentions it's really far south, because he says this boat has been as far south as Broken Banks. So I think that if I had to take a guess, I'd say that's in the Carolina, Georgia area. So if we can get, if we do end up seeing a game on the East Coast and it's not in Boston, that would be my next guess.
Something that'd be cool to see would be New York during the winter.
I feel like Assassin's Creed 3 already did that. No, nobody laughed at my joke.
Not
Fuck
a
AC3.
post-apocalyptic one.
Excuse me, Monte?
Jordan, we've already had this argument, I believe.
Get off my show.
I will.
So according to Jordan about Broken Banks, it's probably Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Yeah.
That's what I assumed.
So if we do get a game and it's there, that'd be pretty cool. But
Florida would be pretty cool too.
I feel like Florida's underwater.
I feel like that would be even cooler.
I think that one of the other things that I think that Bethesda needs to really start taking advantage of is the fact that it's mentioned that the Great War created new mountain ranges and destroyed land, and like created new seas and oceans. I'd love to see some of the new land that these nuclear bombs.
Well, if that was the case, we should do Fallout Detroit.
Hell yes! Oh my God, yes, yes.
I feel like all they'd have to do is go to Detroit, like on Google Maps, and just like walk Detroit on Google Maps, and there's Fallout Detroit.
There's coyotes in the city.
All right.
That's real life.
Go ahead.
I'd really like to see something during the winter, if there
I
even
would
is winter.
Yeah, I would also like to
something
see
up
some
up
like.
north.
Well, if it's in Boston, there'll probably be some snow, I would believe.
Well, hopefully they'll actually have weather and seasonal effects.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was nice in Honest Hearts where they had rain. That was pretty cool. I was excited by it the first time.
Yeah.
So.
I was excited until it crashed my game.
Oh.
Nearly every time, but I also realized that my computer was old and couldn't handle the fact that there was a weather effect.
Yeah. Can we appreciate the beauty
Wasn't
of
there
Honest Hearts
weather
for a
effects
second?
before that?
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's you have like Project Nevada.
I feel like Project Nevada would take more resources.
Yeah, it did.
But anyways, I think that's all the time that we have for today.
Wait, you're not gonna ask me what I think?
I did ask you what
no
you
one cares
No,
what
you
you
didn't.
think, Monty.
Yeah, I did. You were
What
the
did I
first one to
say?
answer.
And what did I say?
Monte, shush.
All right, Monty, go ahead. What's your answer?
Well, I was gonna say Chicago because that's been referenced a few times, and if they really wanted to beat the Enclave thing into the ground by making them the main enemy, they could do that.
That's actually not a bad idea.
Chicago would be perfect because then it's close enough to Detroit that I'm still happy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
two
Detroit
trophies
DLC.
for one.
Chicago. It's a good musical.
Also, if they were to do Chicago, they should have some they should incorporate the fact that there was a mob problem. Like, I'd really love to see the mafia come back.
Yeah, like a ghoul Al Capone.
Yes.
Like the new Reno families.
Oh my
all over again.
God.
That's pretty much what the New Reno families were. That's pretty much what the Omertas were in New Vegas.
Yeah,
too.
that's true.
Ra's al Ghul Capone.
What? What?
Somebody finds what's-his-face's body. Oh, that guy who disappeared.
What guy that disappeared? What?
The one who's buried underneath Packers Stadium. I can't remember his name.
Buried under Packer Stadium.
He
Packer
got in
Stadium,
trouble
that's
with the mafia.
isn't that in
He
Green
got in
Bay?
trouble. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Famous American legend is what she's talking about, and I don't remember his name either, but there was supposedly a lawyer who wasn't he a lawyer who was like outing the mob or something?
Yeah, and he just disappeared one day, and supposedly he's
Jimmy Hoffa.
buried under Jimmy Hoffa. Supposedly he's buried underneath the stadium. My aunt, however, who owns an old Al Capone house, to the point that they found an electric chair when they cleaned out the attic, is convinced he's buried underneath their well. So.
Well, he's supposedly buried under everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, or he's
Supposedly
in
buried
Cuba.
under my bathroom.
Maybe they chopped him up.
Maybe they threw him into outer space.
Who knows? Point
He's
is,
buried
I
on
was
the
talking
moon.
about Jimmy Hoffa. You're correct.
Point is, thanks for joining us. Remember that your weekly dollar is skin cancer, so go give some skin cancer research and stuff like that. Love yourself. Have a great week, and thank you, Monte, Caedo, and Simon, and Jordan for joining me today.
You're
No
welcome.
problem.
You're
It's
welcome.
my pleasure, really.
My pleasure.
We'll be
Can't
back
wait
next
for
week.
E3.
Yep. Keep a lookout for E3, and we'll see y'all next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
Bye.